Okay. It's time for us to do some Castlevania Curse of Darkness, because I need a bit of a chill out time in my life right now, and there's a floaty wizard, and this is a game that has always reliably put me in a decent mood, so I'm doing it now for my own good. And just sort of hoping yeah, that was... What was that? I'm gonna go back with a wizard and see if I can't figure out what the fuck. I don't know what good stopping time is gonna do with the majority of the obstacles as I remember them. You did shoot an ice shard at that guy, so that's interesting for you to do. But it's difficult for me to know what else, in practical terms, this is going to mean for me. But there you go. I mean, I'm getting the wizard time in. I'm getting my wizard hours in, because obviously I need to investigate what the wizard becomes. You know, if you give me a wizard, I'm not going to not, like, create new wizards. Although, honestly, like, even the base, like, there are worse things to just have a regular one-off around for a while. It's like, maybe I do a little bit of investigation, and then... Who honestly knows? Who honestly... I don't want to think about plans right now. I want to have a wizard and see what, if anything, that can... You're not quite on the ground. Can I turn into like a little slippy fella and just turn into a puddle? Can I turn into a puddle and then slide under it? Like Chaos from Sonic Adventure. Is that the trick? Is that the pro stratagem? Is that the strategy used by... I accidentally stopped time. But you know what? There are worse things to accidentally do. There you are. It's not like it didn't work in my favour at the end of the day, so... You know, who are you gonna... You do anything in particular?
What? You'll never get past my defences!
Alright, calm down. There's no need. You're not under any real threat. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on with that, so let's just not think about it for a little while. I'm just going here just to get my health back, really. I don't lose anything by it, do I? There's not a save room tax. They wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare as long as I've got a trident. They're like, oh no, he's too powerful. He's got too many prongs. He's got more prongs than a javelin. Alright? And javelins are, as always, the metric that we... That's like the baseline that we use to assess everything else by. So, you know, well, that's 3 times as many. What does that tell you? About this whole fucking situation. Yeah, you're where we got the wizard from, and then we didn't really go past there. So, right, what wizardry lies beyond this point? Now you're going to give me an example of a thing that I can stop time about to do a Metroidvania. There's no problem. Still can't do the 4th special move. The broom so far is the only sweepy. I can only sweep if I want that. I can't do anything else, which is abysmal. It's a terrible shame. Terrible shame, and I blame everyone who didn't try. Whatever that means. in this context. Didn't try to make a trident do the pokey move? What's... I suppose I should just thank heaven for fun tornadoes, but... You know, I know there's pokes on the table that you're depriving me of, and I shan't be satisfied with the scraps you cast me. It's not good enough, come on. You... Well, this is wildly Oh. Oh, you are for time. You are for time right there. I thought by attacking them I was helping, but no. No, I guess not. Then I wondered why they stood out so much. It's because, look at this. This is important. It tells you what is the matter, what that you can do. Right. Stop. Stop all of it. And I will get there in time. I'm outside of the time continuum. Ha-ha. It's the only way to open doors. It's the only way to open doors in this day and age. Fair enough, you can be one of those if you want. Machine tower. Of a word that I shan't even attempt. Right, that's all you. Is there anything... Anything secret over here? Little water fountain for little bird bath? Little bird bath? Are there any little birds in your... Tweety bird? Little bird? Sparrows? Wet sparrows? I guess not. You're getting quite as many... Should I like try and get your last ability? Just get that out of the way, I guess. I don't know, it seems kind of just... Don't think. I'm not gonna think about any decisions. In the process, I'm just gonna get on with it. I'm just gonna get on with it, and then it is what it is from that point forward. I needn't care, really, at all. I mean, it certainly makes sense to, like, if I can get your ability while I'm still vaguely near a teleporter, that'll save me using, bloody tickets to teleport back to the shop and get you swapped out. So if I can sort of accomplish that this video, though I've no idea, and I may end up with yet another bloody fairy-type devil shard in the process. Just waiting for it all to go off. Oh no, Wrathful Pete, you can't. Oh yeah, there's really no... There's no need. There's no need for me to intervene. Just take care of it, and then it's fine, really. More ghost. More dangle ghosts. Spinny dangle ghosts. You love appearing in green areas, don't you? Like, oh, it's green here, let me fucking just be a Beyblade for a second. They call you Green David of the Beyblade community. Which is fair enough. That's a perfectly reasonable thing for them to do under the circumstances. I've certainly been called worse. Certainly, it's not worth complaining about, I don't think. But that's me personally, you know. You live your life how you see fit. Alright? I struggle to envision a scenario where having a problem with that nickname would hurt anyone. There's really no reason for me to stop you. Well, that's clearly... Yeah, it doesn't really take a genius, does it? Let's see if there's anything. I don't think so, because I'd have been able to see it when I was stood over there, but still. Fucking... Have you, like, revealed any secrets? Like, if I go near here, because you had an you had an exclamation mark appear over your head at one point to tell me that a pillar could be broken, and I don't think I've seen it happen since. Oh, you're the magical time discrepancy. Well, you know what? I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you once I've sorted out my pixie situation. Because you know, let's do it in an order befitting Finnegan's last request. All right. He had very specific instructions for how he wanted an episode of Castlevania Curse of Darkness Let's Play on this channel to be carried out. You know, far be it for me to dishonour his memory by getting it wrong. What can I steal from you again? It'll say in your... It'll say in your thing, I have a whole bloody book about it. Ceremonial tool. Yeah, I vaguely remember that now. I remembered there being something specific from you, which is the only reason I was bothered. I had vague memories of something useful being stolen from you. I might get you just to activate your fruity lime juice pebble ability at some point, just to see it again, because it's quite fun looking. Getting all the blips and blops that help me to win the game. Yes, you thought you could purify Santa. Well, you can't now. It's too late. It's too late for any of us to do it. He's too far gone. The corruption has set in. Christmas is fucked this year, thanks to the blight. Not entirely untrue. Yeah, well, he's not gonna get me this time, because I'm going backwards. I'm going backwards, you silly candle boys. Ha ha, nightmare, I'm going to catch you now. Just one of those days where you have to catch Nightmare. Right.
Give me the pebble attacks. Yes, juicy little jelly beans bouncing along the trail.
Ha 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 ha, I fought against a snail. Any more enemies? There's one all the way over there, look. But it's too late. Too little too late, I'm afraid. No matter how many of you are in the ground, I shall still succeed in my objective of killing you all and getting the ability, hopefully in the near future. Let us hope. I can't quite remember when you got your last one in relation to now. I know it can't have been that long ago, because it was only a little while ago that you even, like, became one of this, was it not? It can be difficult for me to recall sometimes, particularly when it's about the least visually remarkable of the companions I can have. If you were a wizard, this would be so much easier for me to remember, but you're not one. And I interpret that as a threat. Something that is occurring to me is, I don't think it doesn't matter what levels the enemies are that I defeat to unlock this ability. I made a point of checking that. So I could probably just, like, go to the area around the shop where the enemies are weaker, and this will be quicker as a process. And just, like, do it that way, and then I think with lower level enemies you have less of a chance to get shards as well, so I won't just be swimming in them by the end of the process. So that's sort of a win-win for me, really, so I may go and do that. I do think I shall perhaps, like, since I'm in a position where I need to beat enemies, I will go and grab some more Spirits of Fuji. Just a few. Just a precious few. Just while this is a thing that I've got to do. If I get the thing that I want and it's no longer a concern, I'll just turn around and, you know, come back, because I don't, like, need them, but just while it's on my mind, I may thank myself for... What the... Bosh! What in the living Bosh? Well, there you go. I've just realised the camera controls are inverted. And I've got to be honest, I don't really care enough to change that. Like, I hadn't really noticed until this point, even. And I'm worried that if I change it now, it'll just not really... Like, when it gets to the point where you've only just realised it, like, 20-something episodes in... At that point, changing it now is going to confuse my brain, and like I'm not going to realise that it works differently this time. So, and I'm going to just make mistakes when looking around. Like if I was going to change it, I feel like the moment has passed. I'm just too used to this now. I've chosen to go this way because there's more things that can be destroyed. More just skeletons, more little enemies that I can dispatch quickly. And rack up that tally so as to get my ultimate points. And then finally have it, the thing that I want. I am, you know, I don't strictly mind the amount of backtracking that's been in a lot of these, but I do want to limit it. It can be a frequent occurrence if it has to be, as long as it doesn't take the piss. Because, you know, it's a Metroidvania. That is just... You have to realise that you're in for that at some point. There's just no getting around a certain amount of it. Oh, you've just helpfully dropped one of your own accord. Well, that's intriguing to get from a wizard down here. Maybe this was the better way to have gone after all. Don't you see? Do you not realise that with my magical powers, even you will not stand a chance? Oh, wanna give me any more borscht? Ah, fuck. Now look, there's no need to fuck a diamond mine, really. It's bizarre that you'd even think to do that. How would that even work? You know what? Don't answer that question. I've decided I'd rather not. My life is richer for not having known the answer to that question. Really? So, I'm alright, thanks. Keep it to yourself. Oh, dear! Oh, that's a shame. I'm not quite sure what it did. Oh, I had regeneration effect on, so I just wasn't... It was healing me as fast as the wounds were inflicted, I guess. That was just a very weird stalemate happening on top of a pike. It's more of a halberd that they've got. What's the distinction? Someone tell me what the distinction is between a pike and a halberd. I can't be bothered to look it up, but also I want to know, sort of. You know? You ever just sort of curious about weapons? That strikes me as completely normal. It's nearly time for the Rainbow Parade. You're never going to get there in time. You're not going to make it by the start at this rate. You're going to, like... It could even be halfway through by the time you've arrived. You really should have set off earlier, because you knew there would be a meteorite blocking the way to the pavilion. Curses. Just curses and rot. Hey! Crystal Skull! Hello. My name is Jonathan. How are you doing today? Right, let's see the effects. We use Crystal Skull, and then nobody wants to see us. Quite fitting indeed. Use more skull. He just throws a skull at me, and then I become brilliant again. And then I can just run away. Even though, to be honest, I'd like all your gemstones, so I'm gonna do that now. I'll leave you as a wizard for a little while. I think you... Who have I got that what does everyone want? I've got a good sword, and I'm... While I've got a fun sword that I like using, you've got a weird bird to fight with. Fuck me, that was quick. Oh no, this is something else entirely. Well, I got a shard anyway. But fortunately it wasn't of the type that I'd gotten a little bit sick of, so, you know, just more birds it turns out. And we can't always prevent more birds from happening, can we? It's like law number 1. The first law that was ever written is just like, don't. Just don't. It's not a very well written law. People just had to sort of know that it pertained to birds. That's like really the only thing they teach you at law school, is just like they reveal that it's about birds. Like, it's a fucking racket. They just deliberately write it to be confusing and not immediately obviously pertaining to birds. So that they can just like charge you for the privilege of knowing what it all means. It's fucking ridiculous. They're just fucking... It's just yet another part of the mechanism that those on top have engineered to keep everyone else down. They tried denying the people literacy. That didn't work. So now they're just like creating new shit for us not to know. Including laws about birds. So they can falsify, you know, entire areas of expertise, just fabricated wholesale, and thereby falsify a sense of the illusion of superiority. But it's about birds in this case, so it's a funny joke. You see. Knife edge Pisces. Stitch some clowns together for a getaway car. You can't drive actual vehicles, so you have to make one out of clowns. 'Cause you don't need a license for those ones. 'Cause it's just a pile of clowns. That's how they get around it. That's how they beat the system, is just clown stitching. This... Yeah, this is the way. This is where we go. This all makes sense. It's correct. And brilliant. And wonderful. And everything we like. Give me another one. I'm gonna store Fropshire. It's time to snound. It's time to sound the alarm, really, and don't you bloody forget it. Have you got anything that I want to purchase? Bunch of that bollocks again. Buy another high potion for good measure. Oh, I can only carry 3 of those. Wow.
Thanks as always. Take care.
And that can all... That'll do me for now. I reckon. Even if you've only got 13 seconds to escape, there's no doing anything about the law. Go back to the center of the funny town in your teleport laser machine. Go up and get away from it all. On this episode of the fucking Drama Deletion Brigade, we just get rid of conflict. It's just like 45 minutes of closure, essentially. Just like it's dealt with. Alright? You don't have to worry anymore, we've fucking dealt with it. People just, you know, that's the time we live in. People just want to know that it's in hand and fucking taken care of. You wouldn't think it'd be tremendously compelling viewing, but like it's really of its era. There was a lot of foresight went into that. I'm going to put you on auto again, because, yeah, it just surprised me with bouncy objects. There's no need not to. Should I be concerned that you haven't learned the thing yet? It seems like we've been going at all of this for a while, and you've not. I mean, I guess if you've only got the one, like it's allowed to take longer than usual. I just feel like you'd have learned it by now ordinarily. Or maybe I'm just getting an unusual number of crystals. I don't know. I don't know. I don't pretend to know. I can admit it. I can admit it, and I can do it while gardening. Alright? How many people can claim that? Most people, right, can either do gardening or admit their faults, but rarely both. Perhaps you can answer my little question. I've got what is apparently a type of bird here, and I need to know what's going on. He just does fun little spins, that's good. I forget sometimes what they... Hey! Sphere of Darkness, that sounds like something I would approve of. I mean, that's more of a sphere of fire, which typically is known for producing light. You know, one of the primary reasons that we invested in its discovery, but darkness can be on fire as well. There's nothing stopping it, I guess. Utilize! Now you see they're glowing. Maybe by darkness they mean just like homing technology. Because they've sought out the corpses, and it's... Oh, I forgot about this whole aspect. Smimble! Smimble, do your time wizardry! It's time to go! Let's get through the door! Stop the times right now! Imagine having to do this every time you just wanted to get into a bit of a tower. Wildly inconvenient. I feel like something like you should only have to do that once, and then there should be like have there be a button on the other side that's like, right, I've solved this puzzle. I've got nothing to fucking prove to you anymore. So let's just have this as a given from now on that I could do that. But no. Oh no. Not for Jogrog, the different game. No, he had to be different. And name himself after that fact. Ooh, fuckity da. I'm starting to realise that a lot of my air quotes comedy is just creating people and then berating them for their faults. And I don't know what it says about me. But there's some real existential questions to be explored there, but I don't know if I have it in me right now. And I'll tell you what you have in you. Coins! Delicious coins for me to rob you of. No, you're shooting me too many times. To be honest. You can't possibly expect me to believe that you are honest when you've shot me that many times. You wouldn't do it. Shoot me once, it's fine. Shoot me twice, you've probably lied to me at some point. Alright, that's well known. The well-known nursery rhyme. Okay, right. Let's get up these bloody stairs, Smimble. Let's do the thing that we like to do sometimes where we ascend a staircase. But of course we have to go up. Where's the fucking stairs gone? Let me on them, thank you. Thank you for complying. Means a lot to me. Right. Okay, so we're back here. And I may as well end the episode here, I guess. So tune in next time when we shall see what is beyond this door. Won't that be exciting? Might it be a Manticore? Or just another branch of Walmart? It's always a fucking Walmart. There's not always a fucking Walmart. We don't have those in this country. The one that I'm actually in. I only even talk about Walmart because America's convinced us that everything has to fucking relate to it. It's not all about you. Fucking Walmart. Anyway, bye.